Hey everyone, this is Brian with Rockridge Bees. This is how I am modifying my telescoping covers to be able to use a top feeder like this. First, I want to mark where I'm going to cut. I usually line it up in the center this way, but it doesn't have to be in the center this way. You just want to make sure that you don't cut where a joint is. So you want to try to cut right in the center of a board. So just measure this out and cut so you don't cut over a joint. And then I use this to cut out first the metal around this. All right, I usually just cut it out in a square because it's easier, and this aluminum cuts pretty easy. Take this off, and now you're ready to cut your hole. All right, I use this 2 3/4 hole saw bit to cut the hole. The wood cut's pretty easy. You just want to clean this bit. You know, take the bit out every once in a while just to clean the wood shavings off, and you can use kind of a vacuum to suck up the loose wood shavings. It's going to cut a lot easier if you clean it a couple of times while you cut it. You can see here I've cut about halfway down. Now I'll just clean the bit off, vacuum this up, and cut the rest of the way through. I blocked this up off my table so I don't cut into my table here. Just use some blocks to raise this up. All right, and there's the finished cut. I'll use some sandpaper to clean up this hole a little bit, and just so this fits nicely. And I use this stapler to staple down the aluminum here, staple it back to the wood. So this like fits tight around the wood, and I can use this Dremel to also clean up the edges of this metal here. All right, now it's finished, stapled down and cleaned up so you don't get cut or anything by this aluminum. You can paint this. I do not, I just leave it like this. And this fits pretty tight after you clean it up. And there you go. And that's how you modify your top cover to accept this style of feeder. You can also just bucket feed right on top of this too. If you just have a bucket and you want to poke some holes in the lid, turn the bucket over and just feed right over this hole. And then you can plug it off with a blank regular mason jar lid just like this.